Hey, welcome to another episode of Making Dough Show, where we love talking about making dough in the restaurant business. My name is Hangam, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about business philosophy. People have philosophies when it comes to life, how they do parenting, their view on life, marriage, all the things. This goes back into your view, your worldview, and perspective when it comes to different topics in life. We're not getting to that. I wanted to talk to you about your business perspective, especially in the restaurant industry. A lot of disagreements happens within maybe management team or between owners and managers because we don't have that clarity and solidified messaging when it comes to our business philosophy. I'm going to give you one example, for instance, that we've learned throughout years and mostly the hard way, that there was conflict and things did not work out. And later on thinking about, why this happened. And that's because it was our fault that we didn't really communicate our view when it comes to different things in business. I'm going to go over a couple of them today. So it'll help you to figure out which camp you're in. It's not like this is better than that. It's just that there are many ways to get to the top of the mountain. You're going to decide for your operations what that is. And for us, we choose how our view is. One of these business philosophies is growing lean. We do not spend a lot of money up front when we open restaurants. We tend to be as frugal as we can. We are mostly self-funding it. So we're not going to really worry about as much when it comes to branding, making sure, we have 500 plates before we open our restaurant. Our philosophy is that, let's start with 50. And let's open the restaurants. And if it gets busy and whatever, we will go and buy more as needed. And in fact, it'll pay for itself. It'll self-fund once we open it. Then we can continue to pay for stuff and we will constantly improve. We're not going to wait till we have $500,000, to open a restaurant so we can have a billboard, so we can have a this, we can have a that. That is a distinction when it comes to business philosophies, because when you go, for example, to open maybe a McDonald's or you go open a franchise like Domino's, you have to pay a lot up front because of a lot of these things. Obviously, it's a franchise. They have a system. You got to abide by that. But the upfront cost is really, really high. We have learned that when we hire people from those franchise environments, when they come into our ecosystem and we're a small business, we are scrappy, we bootstrap everything. Because we self-fund everything. Again, it's a small business environment. So there is this conflict that goes back into arguments back and forth. And instead of realizing, listen, this is not like I'm saying you're right or I'm wrong or the other way around. It's just that we have a different view when it comes to this, because they will come up with a case as to why it's important to have 500 plates and why it's important to make sure, if we say turn on online ordering and we get 500 orders, we don't have enough staff. Our ticket times are going to be 2 hours and we're going to lose every single of those customers. Our business philosophy is like, we'll figure it out when we get there. I'm going to call every single customer and apologize if it was 2 hours. I'm going to, figure out how we can make it right and give them customer credit for next time. But we're not going to hold off on turning on online ordering. I'm going to tell you this simple thing that I'm telling you right now. There was hours of argument over why we should and not turn on online deliveries and our online ordering. Different people have very different philosophies when it comes to business, and it's your job and it's my job to have our own. I wanted to tell you another example of this is the following. Very recently, in fact, last week was San Antonio's first pizza festival. And we were one of the vendors. We just got our pizza trailer. Yay. It was a lot of stories. Maybe I can get on another podcast or a show in the future talking about it, especially with my husband, Matt, because he's been really involved in setting that. But we were a vendor at first San Antonio Pizza Festival, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of logistics. And we were able to take home People's Choice as well as Kids' Choice First Awards, which was a privilege we're incredibly grateful for. Point I was going to make is this. The lines, this was the first San Antonio festival. They ran out of tickets. Like they have to give out people paper tickets in the beginning for people to come in and give us tickets to get a free slice. the booth people ran out of tickets. They did not expect that they were going to have, I don't know, 1,500 people show up. There was a long line. People stood 45 minutes to an hour or so waiting outside of the festival area, try to get in. Then some of the vendors ran out of food because they did not know how many people they were expecting and all the things. Oh, there wasn't enough communication. And I sat around with our managers, and I heard a lot of these complaints. The lines were long. This was that. Now, granted, we did our best. We did not run out of food. We assumed always, we'll prepare a lot more. And we had a plan for it. We had 3 different kinds of varieties of pizzas. Others did not. We had swag. We had all the things. And for us, it was a successful event, hence the people's choice, because people had a good experience. It came across that we were organized. But that's not the point I'm saying. I heard our managers really complain about the fact that it wasn't very organized. There was this, it was that. And when I heard the perspective of the organizers, of the gentleman who organized this event, which we highly respect, because he went out there making a bold move, opening, making sure that he's the one leading, having a pizza festival here in San Antonio, which we appreciate. And his perspective was, man, this was a great event. We made notes. We learned so much. We're going to do better next time. And I was having this conversation with one of our managers, and her perspective was that, oh, this was that. And I was telling her, we agree with this gentleman's point of view and business philosophy, that the objective of doing things isn't just to make money or doing it perfectly, but rather the outcome or the objective really is to learn and to improve. When you do that, you will take bold moves. You will go out and do whatever scares you, and knowing that it will not be great at first because you don't know what you don't know. And the only way you're going to know is by doing. Haven't people lived on planet Earth? There is no other way for you to know everything about everything. And that's just going to slow you down. If you're moving fast in business, there is going to be chaos. There's going to be friction. And that is okay. As long as you're learning, you're improving, and you're not making the same mistakes over and over again. But this leads to frustration and friction among people that work together in a business when they're thinking, oh man, there was this, there was that. Our managers, they get frustrated. They were throwing the towel. One of them wanted to quit because, oh, there was this. We didn't know there were going to be 9 judges coming in. We were told initially that, that we will be told when the judges will stop by. And then randomly judges, showed up. There were 9 of them. We didn't know. So then we didn't know what are the criterias for the judges to judge for, all the things. We didn't know any of these. So some of our managers got very, very frustrated, and they got mad. Whoa, because you're expecting perfection. Because you're expecting this first pizza festival to go immaculately well. There is no such a thing. Get in the ring, get dirty, be okay with a little bit of a messiness, with a little bit of chaos. That is a good sign that things are happening. And one of the things that I learned here is it's all about your perspective. People look at the same thing and they interpret it differently. Somebody, when I'm telling you, for example, the organizer views that as a huge success. We had 1,500 people there. There was media people there. There were sponsors. There were a lot going on, and counting that as good instead of constantly be looking at everything that went wrong. And let's make a list of everything that could. Listen, going back to business philosophy. So I wanted to share this with you. What are your business philosophies? You need to sit with a pen and paper and write down your philosophies when it comes to business. So when different points of view come your way from your management team, or people come from outside that they want to give you counsel, that you're doing this way or that way, you're able to say, you know what, I totally get that. That is my belief. I'm okay with chaos. I'm okay with friction because I want to go fast, and that is okay with me. So that was that. A little bit of a topic on that. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. It was a little bit of off topic, but these are the lessons we're learning on a day-to-day being in the restaurant business, and I'd love to share those with you. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if not already, or if you're on the podcast zone, please leave us a review. And with that, it's time to get back to work and make some dough. Thank you. Bye-bye.